on to page number 13 in the Love Letters album. And page number 13 is going to have a pretty big shaker element on it. The base page is 110-pound cardstock. It's 4.5 inches wide. We're going to score that at 1/2 inch by 7.25 inches tall. And we're going to have a flap on the left. It is 4.5 inches wide. We're going to score it 1/2 inch, 7.25 inches tall. So it's basically going to be exactly the same size as the base page. We're going to have a pocket also on the base page, and it is 4.5 inches wide, scored at 1/2 inch by 8.25 inches tall. We're going to score that at 1/2 inch and 7.75. And inside that pocket, we're going to stick this little mat. It's 110 pounds, 3.5 inches wide by 6.75 inches tall. And attached to that, which will be also holding down the flap, we're going to have a little envelope piece. And the dimensions on this is 7 inches wide and the point is 3.5 inches tall. We're going to cut out the center on both of these pieces. On this one is 7 inches wide by 4.25 inches tall, and it's scored at 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. The mats are, this is the mat for the base page. These are 3 3/4 by 7. There are 3 of those. And then the mat for this piece here is 3 1/4 by 6.5, and I may cut another mat. I'm not sure. We'll see. And inside these windows are going to be the shaker elements. We're going to cut the middle out here, and we're going to use some acetate for that. So let me go ahead and start assembling the flap here, and then we'll score everything and start gluing things down. what happened there, why it stopped recording, but it did. So the solution to the magnet problem was to add a magnet right there. And there is a tin cap right around here and another magnet right there. And that holds it all together. So now it flips open this way. Alright, since we're getting really full in the album, I'm going to, instead of do my original plan, which included pockets and flaps and stuff on pages 14 and 15, I'm just going to mat these pages and then we'll move on to page 16. To page 16. Page 16 is going to have two flaps, one at the top that's going to be cut into a V shape, and then one at the bottom. They're going to be magnetized to come together. And the dimensions for the top flap are 4 inches wide by 6 1/4 inches tall, and we're going to score the 6 1/4 inch side at 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. And the mats for this flap are 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. There are 2 of those. Then the bottom flap is 4 inches wide by 6 1/2 inches tall. We're going to score that at 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. And the mats for this, it's going to be double matted on both sides, so there are 2 each of each mat. 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. And then on the base page, we're going to have stacked pockets. The small pocket is 2 inches wide. We're going to score that at 1/2 inch. By 8 1/4 inches tall. We're going to score that at 1/2 inch and 7 3/4. And the mat for this pocket is 1 1/4 inch wide by 7 inches tall. The larger pocket is 3 1/2 inches wide, scored at 1/2 inch, by 8 1/4, scored at 1/2 inch and 7 3/4. And the mat for this is 1 3/4 by 7. And then the final little mat that goes on the base page is 1 1/4 by 7. And we're also going to do some photo mats. Now all of the black cardstock so far except for the base page has been 65 pound. This is 110 pound. And the dimensions are 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. And we've got a couple of those. And the mats for those are going to be 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And we've got a couple of 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. And the mats for those are going to be 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. So I think I'll get started by trimming that top flap into that V shape and getting everything scored. And I think I'll be able to glue down all of the black cardstock before matting everything. done with the Love Letters album. I still have to film the flip through, but for y'all, the next album or the next project that y'all are going to see should be the flip through of my spring album. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it yet, but that is what's coming up. And if you want to see that, be sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. That really helps me out. And we'll see y'all next time. Bye.